Good day, it's May 6th and we're finally getting some really nice warm spring weather, and I'm starting to see all of my perennials come up. I'm seeing some daffodils and alliums are coming up. I had some crocus earlier, they're done, and I also have some hyacinths blooming at the moment. And what I'm gonna continue to do is, with a couple of the last videos we're doing, is I'm pruning my shrubs back, and I know I probably should have been doing that a couple weeks ago, but I was doing a show at school, like I was running a musical, and I had like no time to do any pruning, and the weather was actually really cold and gloomy and rainy the whole time, and so it's like it pushed everything later anyways, so I don't feel too bad about being a little late on the pruning. So today's pruning job is going to be well, I'm going to do a bunch of them, but I'm going to separate them by shrub or tree. In this case, tiny tree. It is a juniper, and I wanted to stay really narrow, so I'm going to be pruning the sides, but like letting the top stay long. So let me take a closer look. I'm just looking at this, it's so pretty. But behind it is the Moonglow Juniper, and it definitely has some floppy new growth from last year. Oops, my shadow. And so what I'm gonna do is just kind of trim off this part here, and I'm gonna be using these, and I did try to sharpen them. I did not take care of my tools before I got into gardening. Oops, Coco found a squirrel. It's all gone, buddy. It's all gone. Okay, so I'm just gonna start chopping away at this Moonglow Juniper. It's got a beautiful blue tinge to it. Yeah, that's an allium. I do have space behind it, another like foot maybe, but I'm gonna just keep it very narrow. And it's funny because it's like it didn't grow at all right here, so I'm just gonna basically chop that part off. And we'll see how that goes. So there we have it. Really simple. Just take the big loppers and cut it down straight into the shape you want. As long as you're not cutting past the growth area, because if you cut past the growth area, then where like the brown is inside, then it's not gonna grow anymore. So you can't cut past the green, that's for sure, or the blue-green. Now you'll probably notice that it's a little emptier on this side, a little lopsided, and that's because when I first planted this tree, Coco would pee on it without me noticing for quite a bit, and he killed this area, so I had to snip it off. So it's a little bit empty right here, but that's fine because plants are growing in front of it, so you won't be able to see that, and it's gonna stay nice and lean for the space. Next up, I have a yellow ribbon Arborvitae, and this one is less of an arrow. It's actually supposed to fill out like 5 feet, but I'm gonna try to let it, you know, just fill out to 3 feet and nothing more, hopefully, by keeping it trim and tidy every single spring. So I'm just going to kind of do a light haircut like this, and that way, because I did plant it only a foot away also, so I'm really gonna have to cut the back so that it doesn't like touch the fence too much. But I think if you're on it all the time, you can shape these guys as best you can without damaging it or stunting it in any way. So if this is how we do it for small gardens. So yeah, I'm just gonna put this on a fast forward time lapse. There we go, just a little trim just to keep it a little narrower, especially at the base. I didn't take too much off the top because it's got a funky shape as it is right now, and I just want to wait until it flushes out before I turn that into a point. The other thing I was a little worried about was I have to research a little bit how this gets the yellow tips, because I have a feeling like I'm cutting off the tips, and that's the beautiful yellow color. Let me close up here. So it has like this kind of a chartreuse and then into a brownish tinge on the end, and it kind of makes it glow from far. And with the sun, it should be turning it a lot more chartreuse yellow. This gets a lot of shade in the morning though, so, and this is the first day, or yesterday was the first day it even got sun in like, felt like 3 weeks. So it's not quite as yellow as it was last year. So I'm hoping that the sun is what creates it, makes it yellow and not just, you know, the new growth that I just cut off. Either way, I do have to keep it a certain size in the space, so it's a necessary evil. Normally you don't even touch them, just let them grow as they're meant to if you have all the space in the world. But I have an okay backyard size, but when it comes to using the middle, I'm reserving it still for grass and like future plans that I haven't decided upon. So yeah, I think I am gonna put a tree right here. I'm gonna put like a crabapple tree, rainbow drops or raindrops crabapple tree, I think is the one I want, because it's got purple leaves. So, and I really like that idea because I have a lot of green trees with the maple here, and I don't even know what kind of tree this is, but it's green leaves eventually. And I don't know what kind of tree this is either. I have to look into that. Like look at the leaves that drop. So yeah, one more to go. So this is just my boxwood, and it's supposed to be kind of a cone shape. So I'm just going to trim it like a cone as much as I can. Coco, you're gonna get trimmings all over you, buddy. Out, out, out. Good boy. It's so small. It's like, what, 2 years old? I mean, it's not growing fast in this area only because it's like the most shaded area of my garden. So that's okay. It's just gonna be a slow grower. I see a lot of new growth on it. And so it's definitely like, it's surviving fine. There's a bit of a hole here I don't know how to tackle, and there is some like winter drying damaged here. Don't have my little pruners, so should probably take that off. There. And this will hopefully promote new growth too. Isn't that what they say, is whenever you prune a little, it promotes growth? So, you know, here we go. I'm looking down on it, so it's kind of, I gotta look at it from your angle. That still looks like a circle. That's okay though. It's like, it doesn't have to be a perfect triangle. It can be a bit of a circle. It's like it's missing its top, eh? Like right here. I'm like cutting off all the new growth. I should have done this a while ago. That's good enough. Like, I'll show you, because I waited too long maybe. This is like all whoops, sorry. The new growth. I was like, what's that, brown? Oh no, that's from the tree. So all this new growth here coming out. Well, even where I cut is gonna have more of that come out. It'll be fine. They're so, like, they're hardy, right? They're tough boxwoods. All right, so that's basically how I trim So thanks for following along my game of gardens and this last few series of pruning videos. If you want to see how I put together this backyard, kind of like mostly just flower beds, and I did do some hardscaping there, got that done. You can always just subscribe and follow the videos from the beginning, from last year, and see how it progressed. I'm not any expert in gardening. I'm just an amateur learning as I go and doing a lot of research, and teacher by day and gardener by spring, summer, a little bit in the fall. So yeah, like and subscribe, follow, and until next time.